This man had everything that he wanted. He grew up in a privileged family. He had all the new clothes, cars, people, friends, went to parties a lot, socialized a lot. He was doing really well in his life. He went to the best college, got a great degree. I mean, whatever this guy wanted, he got. Except early in his youth, he was struck down with a debilitating disease. He lay in bed for months. Doctors never thought he would walk again. He was really struggling. He had to make some decisions. Was he going to stay there, flat on his back, believing that he could never walk again? Or was he going to make a determination to do something different? Do something that they never expected? Took a lot of hard work, took a long time. He had to wear braces, had to have help, but he was determined to not let this get him down. Well, slowly he overcame those problems. He was able to overcome enough to manage them, to be able to stand up and walk around to what he wanted to do. Now, he couldn't run a marathon or couldn't climb a mountain, but he certainly could get out and socialize. He could be around people. So he entered politics, and he became one of the strongest political leaders this country has ever known. How did he do that? Well, I'll tell you. Now, in this man's young life, he thought that he had the world. He thought everything was going his way, didn't have to worry about anything, could do whatever he wanted. So he pursued a good college degree early in his life. Had friends, family. He found the love of his life. And when he got this disease and was knocked on his back, I'm sure he thought it was all over. He was going to be an invalid. He was going to be wheeled around in a wheelchair. He's going to be laughed at, scorned. People would think that he's not very smart or that he can't do certain things. Well, he proved them wrong. He was able to, through persistence, effort, and determination, and thinking about what he wanted in his life, how he wanted to live his life, where was he going to live it? Was it going to be in the wheelchair or was it going to be out there in the world? And how could he be in the world and interact with it, get involved in it? He did. He went on to have one of the most outstanding political careers one can even think of. Your grandparents knew him, maybe even your parents. At least as children, they heard about him. I'm talking about Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That's a name that history identifies many, many things with. Some people liked him, some people hated him, but he had an impact. He did what he wanted to do. He got involved. He made changes. And he did that after he had this debilitating disease, not before. He was driven. So you have to ask yourself, how did somebody like that overcome those problems, or at least manage them and deal with them and move on with their life? Why would they? Why would somebody want to do better? Well, you're going to have to ask yourself that question too, especially if you're dealing with certain things in your life that seem impossible to overcome, certain situations that seem to come at you or give you a bad situation that you found that you're feeling there's no way around it. You're just going to have to live with it. Well, this person and others in history have had similar or maybe even more difficult circumstances than you. And if you look at what they did, yeah, history says, oh, they're great. They did that. You know what? They're just people, just like you and me. They had to make a decision. They had to decide what it was they wanted and had the feeling inside of them, the drive, the desire strong enough to work at it every day, every hour. Get up in the morning, get started. Go to bed at night saying, I did this. I did at least that. And it can be very simple things. It can be just making your bed. It can be just getting dressed. It can be going down the street for a walk. It doesn't have to be world shaking on your first step, but it does have to be a choice that you make, a decision that you make, not somebody else. That inside of you, inside of this head, you look at what it is I want to do, what it is that my dreams are focused on, and surround yourself with those dreams, pictures of it, drawings of it, sayings, other people who have accomplished what you want to do. Surround yourself with that so you create an environment for your mind, for your heart that says, you know what, they did it. I can do that too, to give you the encouragement. Surround yourself with people who believe as you do, people who encourage you, not people who put you down or say you can't do it or you're too stupid or too poor. Those are things that are coming at you that do not count. What counts is what you feel about yourself, how you put your head up every morning, how you believe that it is possible to change. And I can do this, especially if you start with small things first to show that you can make progress, to show that when you make a decision, the outcome is what you want it to be. So don't discount it. If you don't believe me, take a look at history. Take a look at people who have done things like this. It doesn't have to be medical miracles. It can be financial miracles. It can be social miracles. These people have shown, and science has proven, that once you think about something often enough and you concentrate it every day and you start believing in it, it will become stronger. It will become an established way of living. It'll become a habit that you form that gets you to make a decision in the direction of where you want to go. Because outcomes are all based on decisions, whether you decide poorly or decide positively. This decision helps me move in my direction. So I leave it to you. What are you going to do? Are you going to let life knock you around, or are you going to stand up to it? Say, you know what? I've had it with this. I am going to make the decision. It's me. And that's it for today.